Gonna have to settle for 6 wins. Oh, well. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. Oh boy, look at this. I mean, there's a bunch of really good stuff here. Like, Magma Opus is just a free roll. We're in limited. Admittedly, the decks are closer to constructed, but it's still limited. So 8 mana spells are not outside the realm of possibilities, but just discarding to get a treasure is fine. Obviously, Uro is insane. It's bannable and constructed, right? Murderous Rider, I think, might actually be our pick here. Because removal is very good. This is also really flexible. It's also just a creature and stuff. You know, the fact that it's a built-in 2-for-1 is nice. Feed the Swarm, obviously removal is good. Some dual lands. Farewell, actually a pretty strong pick here as well. But a little more conditional. I think Murderous Rider is just good in essentially any black deck, so we'll try it. We also have the art for it. Multiple different kinds of art, so clicky. Hey there, good to see ya. What you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? That's right. Casual Suspect, glad you made it. You ended up in my pod? Oh boy, well, pass me all of your good stuff, Casual Suspect. Just so that you know how much, or so that I can know how much you love me. Obviously, Agadeem's Awakening is great since we're already in black, and it's just a solid card in general. The fact that you can get your lands to do things is really nice. Urza is colorless, so whatever direction we end up going is really good. Cavalier Thorns is good. Skull Prophet, just it's fixing and also helps with certain mill strategies and things. Mephit's Enthusiasm is interesting for sure. I think we might just go with the Cold Steel Heart, though. We're unlikely to be in just one color, but even if we are, you know, it's fixing, right? So I think we'll try that. You'll know what cards to hate pick. Wow, trying to ruin my draft? Low blow. Well, interesting. Isolated Chapel is really good, and I think the lands should be taken relatively highly. The fact that we're already in black, we're pretty likely to end up in white is really strong, but I think we might just take the Liliana because, darn it. What happens if my brother shows up to the stream and I don't have Liliana Dreadhorde General in my deck? You know, I would have to answer for that. So we'll see. I might live to regret not taking the black-white duel there. Oh my goodness, folks. So Guardian Nubenalia is insane. I want to stress that this is limited, right? So that's really good. But we could do Oracle of the Alpha. We will pick all Lilianas we see, probably. There's also just Irrigated Farmland here, which is a cycling dual land at that, which is really good. Oracle of a Meme. All right, let's do it. I want to be able to say I have cast Power 9 in limited, so what the heck? Why not? Why not? This is much less good. There is very little in this pack that is actually exciting to us. The Touch of the Spirit Realm we might just take, because if we end up in white, this is, you know, it's a for the, you know, it's like an Oblivion Ring sort of effect, you know. Rata Drabic, we could end up doing a little bit of legendary stuff or something, but we would be moving that direction pretty late. It would be fine to pivot to, but yeah, I think Touch the Spirit Realm is just good. If we end up in white, you know, probably the direction we want to go. Played some Vintage Cube. Oh my gosh. That is awesome, Ratchet. Holy crud. For real. Well, I think we're going to be on Indatha Triome. We don't yet have any blue mana, and this doesn't provide it. Well, I mean, I guess we kind of do with Cold Steel Heart, but none of these cards are abysmal. You know, it's one of the good things about Cube is that none of the cards are abysmal, but just getting fixing, I think, is quite strong. Ooh, wow. Clone Crafter is actually a really, really strong card. in general, because it always gets a creature, right? So if we end up in blue, I mean, admittedly, maybe we should just be on a land. All right, let's try the Clone Crafter here. Fae of Wish is interesting. Oh, Bright Climb Pathway, though? Kind of a really strong duel. Ooh, interesting. Elite Guard Mage. Well, we're probably not going to be... We might end up flickering things, though. We have the Oracle of the Alpha. We have Clone Crafter. Are we going to end up flickering things? If we get, like, whatever. Well, I mean, Ephemerates are in here somewhere. Teleportation Circle, that sort of stuff. I don't know if Teleportation Circle specifically is here, but it's something like that. Let's try it, dang it. Let's try it. It's a 2/3 flyer anyway. It only gets just so bad. Fae of Wishes is better? I mean, maybe. Vesuvian Mist. Was really good for us when we played it in actual constructed. Das is here. Taylor Momsen, good to see you as the Geiger. Glad you made it. Lutri is a free companion. That's true. I think we'd rather have the Vesuvian Mist. Oh, hey, Emil the Blessed. Emil the Blessed wield, folks. Yeah, Cranberry Coca-Cola. Glad you made it. I mean, I would Cranberry Coca-Cola, but admittedly, it is a Phantom Draft. You don't get to add all these cards to your collection, so. All right. Well, Isolated Chapel came back. Nice. Guardian Nubenalia is pretty good. Admittedly, it doesn't do much flickering, but it's strong. Siphon Insight's pretty sick. It's kind of a, you know, weird divination where you take it from the top of your opponent's library, but we'd rather just have a way to close the game, I think. Wow, look at this craziness. What is going on here? I mean, we'll take the Maelstrom Archangel and leave open 5 color, right? Sure. Okay, Illuminator. We could actually play that, potentially. I don't know, we'll see. We can always splash for the Angel? Yeah. Well, okay, interesting. Welcoming Vampire would be good for that blinking style deck that we were talking about. Spark Double, similarly. We've got a bunch of end of the battlefield style stuff. Elite Spellbinder, also, you know, really good for that style thing. It also, you know, it also kills people occasionally. Gimp, glad you made it. But I think Kaya might just be the better pick. Like, it's just strong. We're pretty mid-rangey, obviously. And we're pretty firmly in Esper, I think. So, I mean, I'll bring this back in, I guess. Johnny's Strength of Pride is interesting. It's just an army in the can. It's just very powerful in general. Unburial Rites is pretty okay. None of this pack is actually insane, honestly. Conjure a duplicate of each of X target non-token permanents. Interesting. Have Metal Dragon, good to see ya. Deluge might just be it, but it's not exciting, I can tell you that. I mean, maybe... Yeah, I mean, I guess. We might not even end up playing it. I don't know. I'm really not excited about it in this style strategy. How did we not pick Ratadrabic? I mean... At the time, it only affects legends, and we didn't have any legends. We still don't have very many. All the cool people watch the John Lakes Game Show? I hope so. One of these days. Maybe then you guys will consider me cool. Is it supposed to be Fibblethip here? Or... let's just take the Ugin. I don't know. Kind of we're pile gamers right now, folks. We're pile gamers, you know? I mean, 5 drops are good. AO is good. Ashiok is good. Doom Whisper is pretty reasonable. Yakob could be fun. Let's take the AO, I think. Just it's a 5/4 flying vigilance, folks. You don't have to improve it much. Oh, it has an on-death trigger? That's awesome. But like, you don't have to do much to it, you know? Oh boy. Okay, so hold on, folks. We have stuff. Splashiok is pretty sick. We don't have a ton of black right now, but I think we will be playing black, so it's possible. Here's the thing, though. Here's a Charming Prince. There's Ravenous Chupacabra. There's the Temple of Enlightenment, which, if anything, we're firmly in blue and white. The black is actually more of the splash right now. Moame, glad you made it. Folks, I think we've... Ugh. Let's get the land on the wheel. The land's coming back. The land's coming back. The land's coming back. He says without any confidence whatsoever. Okay, hold on. Do you think we get the Obscura Interceptor back? I mean, we're in Esper, folks. And he never saw the land again, exactly, right? Sanctuary Warden would be good. Takanuma would be great. Valky is pretty strong, honestly. Fine. Do the thing. You would have taken the Warden there? Maybe. Maybe that was the better pick. I mean, none of this is very exciting, honestly. Archangel of Wrath, we can pretty easily kick twice, or kick once. The second kicker will be a little more difficult, but it's not impossible either. Discovery Dispersal is actually not terrible either. Fine. Logging up these picks, folks. We're holding up the line. Ooh, Search for Escanta. That's interesting. The Chromatic Lantern is also pretty interesting. I'm not sure we really want to be on either of these dual lands. But... let's just take the Search for Skanta. We have quite a few Planeswalkers and stuff to search for. Yawgmoth's Vial Offering? How about them apples? It could also... Is it just actually Elite Spellbinder? This is a legendary sorcery. How many legends do we have? Quite a few. Nah. I think it's just Elite Spellbinder. It's better in the curve and everything anyway. Is it... Ooh, Snowborn Simulacra could be okay here. We don't have a lot of blinking effects, but just making copies of those under the battlefield effects. You'll never be able to play the Maelstrom Angel when you always pass the fixing. I mean, you're not wrong. The problem with this draft is I'm so darn greedy. Like, that's the problem. And I know that. I'm aware. But I'm just, you know, I'm here for a good time, right? Yeah, let's take the Price of Fame, I guess. It's not exciting, but it is, you know, it's fine. Nobody wants red. Look at this. Nobody wants red. Hey, there's our Temple of Enlightenment. I told you it would come back. I told you. Nobody listened to John. Hey, got the Lion Sash as well. I knew it. Nailed it. Nailed it. All right. Well, shoot, folks. Holy crud. What do we do here? Vizier Many Faces is another kind of clone-y style effect. The Hallowed Fountain, or the Hallowed Fountain is insane. The problem is I just don't think we can pass this Meat Hook Massacre. Like, it, you know, it gives us a sweeper, but it doesn't have to be a sweeper. You know, like... the black is a splash, but... Yeah, I can't pass it. I can't, folks. We gotta take the hook. I think it's actually gonna be kind of over here, though. It's more of a 3 or 4 drop. Oh! Whoa! Did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do it? Folks, third pack Blinky stuff. Yo, Ryan is sick, no doubt. But I think Soul Herder is just a better pick, right? Onyx Virus, good to see ya. Glad you made it. It's got to be Soul Herder, right? Folks, it's got to be Soul Herder. Like, we're making it happen. We're making it happen. We're living the dream, honestly. This is the kind of Oblivion Ring thing, right? Oh boy, and Ephemerate? Will we get the Ephemerate back? There's also a bunch of fixing here. Sarah Paragon, though. Look at Sarah Paragon. And there's Rafine. Oh! Yeah, Prince Jester, good to see you, my friend. Glad you made it. Sarah Paragon is a really, really sick win condition here. With all of this stuff and this cheaper. Problem is Rafine just fits into the curve better. I think we've got to take the Rafine. That feels so bad. Really want that back. I can't pass this Watery Grave, right? Momentary Blink! Oh no! Oh no! Folks, we're gonna have so many playables. It's Watery Grave, right? I can't pass. I've got to pass the Momentary Blink. Please. All right. I'm drafting almost the same deck as Jim Davis drafted a couple hours ago. Nice. Good company. Ooh, hey, Restoration Angel. Holy crud. Is it Restoration Angel or Celestis? Both of these are good. It's got to be Resto, right? For what we're doing, I think Resto is great. Could take the book just because it draws cards. That's fair. That's fair. I think we're going to take the Resto, folks. It's also just a good closer. A 3/4 Flying Flash is just good, right? What do we got here? Oh boy. Mold Rifter. Look at them apples. Did we get there? Did we get there? Folks! We got a Mold Rifter, like 6th pick. Is there anything else we really need here? Kindred Denial is fine. S% will be good. Raugrin Triumph, like another land. I'm taking the stinking Mold Rifter. Yes, I know. That makes me a greedy human being. Trigger on the stack Resto. Exactly, Ratchet. You're living in the life I want to live. Is it Godless Shrine or Concealed Courtyard? Which one of these is better? It's probably Godless Shrine, right? This is always an untapped land if we need it to be. This isn't actually constructed, though. Tough. But we're going to take it. We're going to take it. Oh, Rafine? We got Rafine's Tower! We got Rafine's Tower! You all doubted me! You all doubted me, but we got it! Yes! Cultivator's Caravan is interesting. Obviously, Glacial Fortress would be great if this wasn't here. What do we take? Is it just like Halvar? Halvar is just kind of solid, right? Because it does bounce the creature back to hand. Blood Mage is fine, I guess, right? Yeah, good call. It's another 3-drop. I always believe you'll fail. Thank you, Crazy Golem. Love you too. None of this is amazing. Admittedly, this is another 5-drop. I don't even think we're gonna end up playing it, honestly. We could just take a Sokenzen just in case. Just in case what? We're on the 10th pick. Pack 3. Sarah Paragon came back, but so did Deserted Beach. Oh no! What do we take? I think we gotta take Sarah Paragon, right? Oh, well, I mean, I guess we do. Oh, Momentary Blink showed up. Got it. Quasi-Duplicate would have been interesting as well, but... I think the Sorin Vengeful Blood Lord, just to return these smaller things. We're probably not going to play it. Honestly, I think I'm just going to throw it right over there, but... Alright. Yes! Living the dream. Chronically Ill, good to see you. Glad you made it, my friend. Glad you made it. Mainline liquid caffeine? That's right. Wow, folks. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I almost put the hat back on. I wasn't supposed to yet. That felt really good. I felt like we actually ended up with quite a few lands here as well. More than I thought I was going to greedily end up with. We ended up blinking a lot more. You might be right, Taylor Momsen. How do you folks feel? Is Caracal actually better than AO now? Because we can blink Caracal. Now the hard part, exactly, Crazy Gorlum. Pogshim, glad you made it, my friend. If I didn't greet anybody, I apologize. Please forgive me. Don't hesitate to tell me, hey, you didn't greet me. You know, we're in the draft. It's kind of hard to pay attention to chat and the draft at the same time. I always feel like the pressure to do the thing, but Grail's Night, glad you made it. Good to see you. Teshar was back. Yeah, that's true. And maybe I should have given more consideration to Tessar, because that is a strong card, no doubt. Ugin out. Or cat is 3 creatures, dragon is 1. It's true. AO is a 5/4 flying vigilance though. Code Panther, appreciate that follow. Welcome to stream, glad to have you. All right, I mean, I can get behind that. Is Azcanta too greedy? How many instants and sorceries did we end up with? We ended up with a lot of creatures. Not very many. We do it. Remember, it does fetch planeswalkers as well, and I don't think we want to cut Liliana or Kaya at the very least. I think those will stay. How do you folks feel about like Deluge? Is Deluge just good enough? I mean, this just fixing our draws is kind of nice, like getting us out of Mana Screw or Mana Flood, things like that. Where do we end up? Hungry Inventor, good to see you, my friend. How to become smarter? It's a great question. I do believe it is possible. There's this whole there's some theories on it actually going on around in different circles of science right now. But you know, apparently, kind of exercising, for lack of a better word, is your mind on the regular is a great place to be. You'd take Deluge over Azcanta. So try and regularly exercise your mind, you know, put yourself in situations where you need to think hard, and then actually do it. Okay, so Guardian Luminalia, this is just too strong, right? Like, this actually just wins games. The fact that they can't remove it as easily, things like that, right? Step 1, don't listen to John's advices. I mean, I only give what's asked for. But you're probably right. All right, folks, come on, darn it. We've got to cut this down a little bit, just a little bit. How do you folks feel about Snowborn Simulacra? Conjure a duplicate of each of up to X target non-token permanents into your hand. So they don't have to be ours. Those permanents perpetually gain. You may spend mana as though or mana of any color cast a spell. If X is 5 or more, you can put one of them from your hand onto the battlefield. Right? Like, this has got to be good enough, right? We're unlimited. Right? You can get yourself out of it. That's fair on original one. You didn't draft any cut down. I mean, you know, you're right. When you're right, you're right. How much has anybody drafted this cube before? How much graveyard hate do we need? Is Lion Sash good enough? We don't want to be like blinking this. Admittedly, it is a strong card in general. Eat up some of their graveyard, or our graveyard even, since we're not really getting stuff back from our graveyard. Slap this on a smaller creature, or even a creature with flying. We have quite a bit of flying. Elite Spellbinders, Oracles of the Alpha, Restoration Angel, Archangel of Wrath. Speaking of which, is Archangel of Wrath even going to make it? Sarah Paragon. All that's, you know, elite Guard Mage. We have a lot of flying. So equipment and flying, kind of nice. It's a good mana dump also, it's true. I mean, it is, but we don't have red. Do we have any red? Easy red? We don't. No easy red. We could put Cold Steel Heart on red, but we're probably not going to put Cold Steel Heart on red. So it'll only ever be a shock. But it's also, I mean, it is a 3/4 flying lifelink that does shock something if we want it to, or just be a lifelink. All right. Cemetery Illuminator. When it enters the battlefield, exile a card or attacks, exile a card. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library that shares a type with the card exiled with Cemetery Illuminator. Is that good enough? It is a greedy deck, Steinel. But I mean, like, you know, you're not you'd cut all the lands, Vazul. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think we've got to, like, we've just got to come down on the number some, right? What about Cold Steel Heart? Are we actually, I think we actually need Cold Steel Heart because of all the double colors. Admittedly, the double colors really start hitting at 4 and 5, right? So it's not quite as big a deal. We only have a few at 3, Murderous Rider and Cemetery Illuminator. But still, I'm afraid. And then Snowborn, I don't really think this is going to be a 3 very often. I think this is going to mainly be, you know, X equals 2, X equals 3, maybe something like that is where I expect this to happen most. What do you guys think? We gotta cut 4 more cards? Folks, I think we did really good. I am kind of wishing we had that Ravenous Chupacabra, but there were so many good cards in that pack. All right, we'll cut the AO like you guys mentioned. I mean, Cemetery Illuminator is value. That's true. It can actually copy lands. It's a good call. It just says non-token. So that is fair. 2 wins at most good. I mean, maybe. Just add a land and call it good. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Because like we can cut down. We can do it. It's just a matter of making the right decisions. All my deck is value. This is true. All right, let's cut the Illuminator. The curve looks great, folks, honestly. Tap land on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right up to Liliana at 6. 43 gives us the edge in deck out matchups. We already have that. Oracle the Alpha. We cast this 1 time. We put 9 more cards in our library. Since we have so much flying, do we actually need the Guardian Dominaria? I mean, guys, this is just a really, really good card. I want to stress that. I think it's a really good card. Scum7, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Because we want to see our really good cards. Scum7, why did Adele cross the road? Oh. To say hello to the other side. You'd remove Snowborn for Deluge? Yeah. Pick my words apart. I dare ya. Trail of Magic. Glad you made it, my friend. How was your day? What does Mist do? It's a great question. 2 mana instant, return target non-token, non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, conjure a duplicate of that card to your hand. It perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though or mana of any color cast spell. So we can use it to save one of our cards and get another one of our enter the battlefield effects. Or we can use it to, you know, bounce one of their things and get a copy of their thing. It's strong. I'm not sure. I think Snowborn might be better than Simulacra, or I mean, than the Deluge. I agree, Taylor Momsen. I think they're both quite strong. Come on, folks. 1 more card. We can't really remove our removal, right? So we need the Touch the Spirit Dragon, or Spirit Realm, Murderous Rider, Meat Hook, Price of Fame. Like, these are just like... showing up more and more, and it's a bit of a mouthful. I mean, that's fair, Matthew. That's fair. Do we need 17 lands with Cold Steel Heart and Power 9? Probably, right? Because we're still trying to cast 5s and 6s. How do you guys feel about just 16 lands? Because we also get a little Surveil. I mean, I guess if we went with Search as well, we could probably go down to 16 lands, Search for Skanta, but that would involve putting Search for Skanta back in. Elite or Blood Mage? All right, that was an easy decision. Let's do it. I guess. Impress us with my fails. I will try. Next time you pick Yorion. No, Just Geiger, we took Soul Herder over Yorion. I don't regret that pick at all. Like that felt great, right? Charming Prince, come on down. I mean, I agree with that for sure, Taylor Mobson. How do we feel about these things? We probably at least want the Mole Drifter. All right, let's do this. Yorion constructed only card. I mean, I don't know, Crazy Gorlem. We have a lot of blinking stuff. So having a Yorion out, like just in the 40 is not the end of the world by any means. Herder dies to Bolt and Sky Noodle flickers once too. That's fair. It's a Geiger. But remember, we are still technically playing limited. There isn't as much removal. It is much closer to constructed. I'll give you that. But, you know, it's not just free. All right. Mole Drifter, come on down. Go away. Draw some cards. Yes, yes. The Oracle of the Alpha. Sky Noodle is a better pick. That's fair. I was never going to pick Sky Noodle there under any circumstances. So it doesn't really matter if it was the better pick or not. Like for what our deck is doing, I don't even think it's that close. It's what we want to do, which I think is also relevant. Yeah, well, let's just get the Oracle down. Get some Power 9 into the deck. Start scrying to that Power 9. Do the thing. Greedy Streamer just wants some jewelry. Exactly. Crazy Garland. Am I that difficult to... Am I that difficult to read? I just want jewelry. You can surrender unto me your Moxen. Give me your Black Lotus. You know, this is... I'm not asking for too much. Finale of Eternity for both of our creatures. You got me. Nasty. All right. Well, fine. Elite Guard Mage. Come on down, gain us some life. Draw us a card. Ooh, Rafine Scheming Seer? Don't mind if I do. Do not mind if I do. What do you say, Guild Mage? They have 6 mana now. You just gonna kill our Elite Guard Mage as well? You got it. I mean, we're not thrilled about it, but, you know, using more removal spells. Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, that's fine. You know, that we're actually kind of happy about that as well. Oh, Skyclave Apparition. They are removing our Elite Guard Mage. All right, you got it. Pretty art for this, Rafine. I agree. Yeah. I had to have this art. I have played very little of this card, but I had to have the art. All right. Rafine. And pass. Do the ditty. Do the ditty. Merlo, good to see ya. How was your day? Opponent. Considering their position, they got a lot of removal. Because the Phyrexian Metamorph is kind of removal in a lot of ways as well. You know, when you think about the way a lot of games pan out, you know, you have a 5/5 or a 6/6 or something. They just copy it, and now they have a 5/5 or a 6/6 or whatever. Okay. Okay. Momentary blank. Touch the Spirit Realm does not get our Rafine. Thank you very much. How was the convent? I've never actually been to a convent. I'm gonna level with you. But you know, I assume it's great. Unless you're talking about the convention. Hey, looky here. This stinking Esper Sentinel is kind of annoying, honestly. Fabio, good to see ya. The Magic the Gathering convention. That doesn't happen until this weekend. All right, well, fine. Mox Pearl. Pay. And I guess go to combat. Connive. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's tempting, but I think we're actually going to send it away. Regal Caracal. Come on down. Create some dudes. Steve Timmy play control. Good to see ya. I was going to go to a convent, but I know of none. Makes sense. Makes sense. Took a break watching because I'll just stream the same. Ah, makes sense. Ooh, opponent has the least spellbinder of their own. What have you got? What do you say? Doomscar? It likely is. Doomscar. But it also could be Angels, unoriginal one. Price of Fame goes away. Unfortunate. And Elite Guard Mage going to charge in. Yeah, got it. These things are fine. Okay, so actually we should have held on to that. I wanted to make a land drop, but I think this is better. All right. Discard 4 cards. Not a difficult decision on those ones. How about this last one, though? All right. There we go. What do you say, opponent? Doomscar is not in the current cube list. Oh, boy. How about them apples, huh? All right, momentary blank. And opponent drops to 9. We go to 22. Skyclave Apparition surrenders onto us a 4/4. What do you say? Drew. Glad you made it, my friend. Glad you are out there. Temple of Silence, gonna do a little bit of scrying. Oh. That's Magic 30 Cube. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it is Starnheim Unleashed, for the record. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. They attack. So let's see. They have 3 blockers. If we send away the Regal Caracal and get 2 more attackers, is that worth it? Or is it just better to kill a 4/4? It's probably just better to kill a 4/4, right? Yeah, let's just get rid of that. Because those can also attack if things go poorly. Oh, interesting. Kaya. Interesting. All right, well, combat. Get in there. Counters on you. Folks, we've got to discard 6 cards. Fortunately, almost all of them are going to be lands. Yeah. So, we are getting precariously low on cards in library. Going to have to win sooner or later, sort of thing, you know? So they block. 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 So I guess we were supposed to kill their creature beforehand? Because then we could add lethal. That would have been better. All right, Sarah Paragon, come on down. Yeah, that was probably better. Okay. Sarah, Black Lotus, playing Black Lotus from the bin, living that. Oh, a Johnny Sleeper Agent's actually kind of terrifying. Living the Yawgmoth's dream. And opponent knows about Price of Fame. For some reason I was, yeah, kind of thinking that was an instant. All right, up to 2 life. Oh, actually, darn it. So we do need to kill one of these. Which is fine, I guess. Guild Mage. Gonna attack for 4. You're never gonna believe this, but I'm not gonna block. Just so that I can actually see the cards in my hand. We're gonna cast a Black Lotus from the bin, and you know who's kidding around here. I'm casting Black Lotus from my bin because, darn it, I want to. All right. Combat. Gotcha, Guild Mage. Gotcha. Instant gain 2 life? Yeah, see? Exactly. Taylor Robinson. Exactly. It's all about that 2 life, too. You know? Forget all the rest of this stuff. The fact that you can gain 2 life right off the spot, you know? It's like... Uh-oh. Maze Mind Tome. Combating the aggression. Gonna scry immediately. Forget withholding information. They're going for it. Well, you got it. We're gonna go ahead and go with Cold Steel Heart on white, I guess. Soul Hoarder is probably one of my favorite cards printed recently. I agree. I think this card is actually a lot of fun. The fact that it's an uncommon is also awesome. Very accessible. And it does enable a lot of nonsense to take place. You know, you got. I love cards that enable nonsense. What if we... Well, let's just hold on to the Obscura Interceptor, right? They'll probably just end up drawing another card, but whatever. It's fine. ENNC, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, boy. Hold on. They're not on 3 colors. They're not on Sultai, folks. They're, in fact, on 4 colors, at least. If they're on 4, they're probably on 5, right? Why would you be on 4 when you could be on 5? Foretells a spell. And... Gonna cast something? Maybe. Could be saw it coming. That wouldn't hurt us because you have to cast it in the same, or you can't cast it the same turn when you foretell it. Because black didn't benefit me, thanks. Ah, well, that's fair. That's fair. All right, connive. Opponent draws. Saw it coming is not in the current cube list. All right, well, you got it. There you have your answer. Okay, so actually, no, that was wrong. Darn it. We were definitely supposed to hold on to that because now we can Rafine and attack, which I think is the correct play here. And it would have been nice to hold the Momentary Blink as protection. All right. That's tough, but fine. Opponent take 5, we gain 5. Because 5 is unstable, but 4 is fine. All right, well, you know, there you go. That's true. There you go. Maze Mind Tome, gonna gain 4 life back. Does a little scrying. Draws a card. Is this then Poison the Cup? Is that what this is? Asper Sentinel, sure. Sure. Raven form is not. It's Starnheim again, you think? Poison the Cup is not either. So it's just Starnheim, I guess. Soul Servitude. Sacrifice another non-token creature. It's Rafine. Starnheim it is. Makes sense. Yeah, Doomscar's not there, so... We can't actually cast the Rafine if we do that. So, first of all, let's just go to combat, see what happens. Well, I mean, we played against Starnheim in the last game, so we know that's there. Let's just hard cast it. This is fine. Draw some cards. You got it. You got it. And a Plains shows up. 4 cards in hand. Noxious Gear Hulk shows up. Gonna eat that Obscura Interceptor. In fact, does so. Gonna gain 3 life back up to 17. That's not exceptionally convenient. So I guess we're going to land Sarah Paragon, Rafine, Combat, Muldrifter, Connive, away a Watery Grave. Don't mind if I do. Yeah. Gotcha. Take 2. MTGA Rast, good to see ya. It does, MTGA Rast. We're living the dream. We are living the dream. Or attempting to, anyway. Okay, so the opponent goes for Rafine. Fine. And Spirited Companion. Well, that makes our Liliana Everybody's Sacrifice plan a little less good. Noxious Gear Hulk gets to connive a wee bit with with the copy of our Rafine. Yes, this is in fact cube blinking shenanigans. Yes. A good catch. We take 6 down to 24. Hey! Nice. That's a good one. So, with the Sarah Paragon, we can actually get this Watery Grave back, which is kind of nice. Are we supposed to just kill the Rafine or the Noxious Gear Hulk? Well, let's go to combat first. Just get in there, see what happens. Definitely don't need this. Or... what else do we definitely not need? We just want everything. Everything is great. We're pleased to be in the situation we're in. Right? Maybe? Alright. Muldrifter grows. Sarah Paragon gets stood in front of. And then we just cast... or we put the Temple of Enlightenment into play, scry a bit. We don't need the land. I don't really want to give them an opportunity to counterspell us, so I think we will just Murderous Rider, the Gear Hulk right now. And then... actually, we should have looked at the hand first, right? No, looking at the hand first was better. Whoa, all these things are awkward. All right, I guess. Our opponent has good removal over there because they, you know, they already showed us Soul Servitude, the Noxious Gear Hulk. They've got the March of Otherworldly Light, the Elspeth Conquers Death there. Whew. Guard Mage Herder. I mean, yes. I guess maybe we're supposed to discard the Herder just because we could play it back with the Sarah Paragon that turn, I guess. Farewell is, in fact, in the queue. We have seen that. Tax due. Glad you made it, my friend. Brunavok. Thinking about things. At 10 life, too. So, things are getting uneasy for them. It's March of Otherworldly Light on our Elite Spellbinder. What are they leaving the other 2 mana up for? Race time? Race time? Oh, no. They're digging for a board sweeper, right? That's what's happening here? Because we just kill them next turn, right? Am I misreading something? Have I goofed? Is there something I'm not seeing here? They could have a removal spell, I guess. Yeah, okay, they did. It's Giant Killer. They had another removal spell. Good lord. All right, fine. So fine. Combat, get in there. Counters onto Rafine. Wow. Well, I mean, that's not ideal. Land. And do the damage. So is it land and like Liliana here? Cycle away a Rafine's Tower? Or is it better to just like Soul Herder, start getting counters on it, hold up Restoration Angel because they can't, you know, they're going to really struggle to beat what we have? I think this is probably better, right? And then this would be too much, right? We would not have enough. All right. Charming Prince was probably the better play there, wasn't it? Yeah. No, you're right. That was the better play. The Charming Prince was the correct one. That's absolutely right. Because then we could have gotten value with the Soul Herder as well. Clone Crafter copied my Elish Norn twice? Oh my gosh, Casual Suspect. Good lord. All right. Restoration Angel. Oh, non-angel! Non-angel! Oh my gosh. Momentary Blink was the correct card there, folks. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, can I have a way? Can I have a way? Bunch of stuff goes away. All right, we got him. We got him. GG. All right. I'm going to throw it away. But only because you guys were going to try and talk me into keeping it. This hand is worse, for the record. This hand is markedly worse. But we do have Charming Prince. Hopefully, this will get us out of it. I mean, yeah. No! Axelfire! I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. It's good to see you. Otobi, glad you made it. No. No poll is necessary. No poll is necessary. Everybody's fine. Don't worry about that. B Schnipsy. Thank you for that follow. Welcome to stream. All right, well, I guess we're gonna go with Rafine here because this allows us to connive anyway. So getting a little more damage in is kind of nice. We find an island, kind of all right. Friend of mine bought 2 boats. It was a paradox. Oh, just a second. All right, B Schnipsy, hold on. Got to go back to being small. Otherwise, ENC kind of gets ripped off. But oh no, darn it. Feed the swarm. Kills our Rafine. That's not ideal. So let's start here with the Muldrifter. We would kind of like a... hey, Rafine's Tower. That's exactly the sort of thing we would like. I was going to say we want a white source. Another black source, though, is great. Opponent going to drop to 11. Don't mind if I do. And Sarah Paragon can get back the Rafine should the situation present itself as favorable. Vizier of the Menagerie. Interesting. I'm not sure I want to present a removal target here. But yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Fine, Sarah Paragon, do the thing. Do the thing. No attacks. Send it. Glad you're out there, Beach Nipsey. Glad you made it. Rafine being in the graveyard next to the tower is bleak. I mean, that's fair. You know, that's fair. A little bit disturbing right here next to the beautiful, you know, Art Deco stylings and such. Fortunately, our opponent is down to 11. Notably, folks, opponent is down to 11. So we've, you know, we're working that way. Tear asunder. Unfortunate. This is as we had feared. Well, do we just Liliana here? Tick up, perhaps? Or do we just go for Elite Guard Mage? Draw more cards, kick the can down the road? I think getting the Liliana down as soon as possible is good. They've shown us some removal, no doubt, but that's essentially all they've shown us. So, all spells in opponent's hand is true. They did miss a land drop. There's not a lot of ways of removing Planeswalkers in Jund in the cube. There's a little bit of destroy target non-land permanent stuff, but not a lot. So, you know, since they already used a Tear Asunder, it's like, you know, they would have to have like Maelstrom Pulse, or I think... Oh my goodness. Well, that's terrifying. Ilharg the Raiseboar shows up. I would kind of like to keep ticking up, but I think the Ilharg might kill us, so I don't think we're going to do that. So let's see. Let's go with Elite Guard Mage. Draw a card, gain some life. Oracle of the Alpha. And draw some cards. We are going to get the extra damage through here with the Charming Prince, even though we're kind of giving up a flyer, which is unfortunate. The fact that they're already down to 11 is quite notable, I think. Okay. All right. Don't mind if I do. As long as they don't sweep the board this turn. Anyway, we would be quite happy with this Time Walk. No board sweeping. No board sweeping. 4 cards in hand. 6 lands on the battlefield. A pair of red sources, a pair of black sources. 3 green. So they can cast essentially anything. Krenko Tin Street Kingpin shows up. And a removal spell? Is that what they're looking at? A removal spell for Lily. That is unfortunate. We're not thrilled about that. But it's fine. Combat, let's get in there. Price of Fame. We're keeping that on top. Opponent probably not going to block here because they want to make a bunch of chumps. Yes. So I believe, folks, that is what they refer to as GG. We're going to go ahead and cast a Time Walk, then a Price of Fame. Kill that Krenko. Call it a game. GG, Paradox. GG. Got him. Got him. Yeah, baby. Time Walk, honest. That's right, folks. So we had a Mox Ruby, a Mox Emerald, and a Time Walk. We're going to hang on to this. 2 later on the play is a little sketchy. Fritton is fries. Oh, thank heavens. Thank you, Beach Nipsey. Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Hey, it's Astral's Flame. Folks, I'm going to be hanging out with Astral's Flame this weekend. Right? Astral's Flame, you're going to Magic Summit, right? I'm pretty sure. It's a German slang term. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I thought. Living the life, folks. Fellow degenerate gamer. Our opponent gives us a card in our own deck. We want this. I'll be there Wednesday evening as well, which is unfortunate in some ways because I wanted to go, or I wanted to be able to have the early access stream, but I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to be able to do. Sure. Muldrifter, do it. Cloara, good to see ya. Gave you the downspring in the old Fritten. Well, thank you, Cloara. Appreciate you. Uh-oh, Circuit Mender. Looks like our opponent's gonna be doing some blinking stuff. A blinking. I didn't say a blinking. I said a blinking. All right. The Sarah Paragon, very, very tempting there, but we don't have anything to get back with it yet anyway. So we'd kind of like to see if we can ambush here. They don't give us the option. Very disciplined of the opponent. We're going to go ahead, exile a target non-angel creature, get another Clone Crafter activation. Don't mind if I do. It's another Sarah Paragon! Folks, there's a bug in the code, and I love it. For the record, I love it. Momentary blink, don't mind if I do. Show up. Give it to me. Sock it to me, baby. Sock it to me. Since our opponent missed a land drop, we're going to go ahead and run out this Sarah Paragon. Just so we can try and capitalize on our advantage in the air, right? A bug in the arena code? Impossible. Yeah. They could be doing some artifact something. Ooh, good call. That it could be artifact enchantment style stuff. Good catch. That is very forward thinking of you. So combat. Get in. Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. Liliana. Dreadhorde General. Gonna draw our opponent a card, possibly helping draw them out of their difficult land situation. But I think that's okay, because we now have a Liliana Dreadhorde General, which is a very good thing to have. Arena is also German. It means bug. Is that true? Something tells me that I might be, getting my... I can't actually phrase it that way. Because when you say somebody is jerking your chain, that means they're saying something false, right? They're committing a falsehood, right? But if I was to say I'm getting my chain jerked, that sounds like I'm saying something else entirely. You know what I mean? All right, so I think it's just going to be Touch of the Spirit Realm. And yes, eat an Angle of Invention. And Plains, Liliana, combat, present lethal for next turn, have a little momentary blink protection, see how things go. Yeah, well, indeed, Axelfire, indeed. All right. What do you got, Frittinoli? What do you got? 6 cards in hand, 6 mana available. All the white and all the blue they could possibly hope for. They've got a relatively robust board, but they're all 1/1s. 2 servos, a Spirit Companion, an Esper Sentinel, and a Circuit Mender. Means 5 separate creatures. The problem is we're getting in the air for lethal. Opponent, definitely a little bit of a fishy situation. Just passes the turn right back. But we do have the Obscura Interceptor to protect our attacks. So boom, boom. Boom, let me say AO. Restoration Angle. Obscura Interceptor. Fritinole. We connive away a swamp. Send Restoration Angel back to hand. Got him! Taste it! Yeah, we're gonna keep this. Hang on to Rafine's Tower, don't mind if I do. Rafine's Tower, show up. Show up. That's right, Basil. Which I came up with myself. The Fritinole has a very low opinion of those apples. Oh, I bet. I bet. Ooh. Oh, no. Opponent starts on a turn 1 Elvish Mystic. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. I really want a Serra Paragon. I really want a Serra Paragon. We've got Rafine coming down. We can start conniving. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. It's greedy. I'm aware. See, exactly, Merlot. Exactly. And for what it's worth, I think it's good to always get what you want. I can't really defend that with logic or reasoning, but since we're talking about me and I want it, then I shouldn't have to, right? Yes, folks, I recognize that is also a defensible, an indefensible position, but I'm willing to accept that as well. So, combat, get in there. Rafine, going to put counters on, I guess, the Charming Prince. Send away an island and an island. Yes. Folks, we would have flooded out really hard if not for this Rafine. 3 lands in the bin here. So, Endoth Triome fixes all of our lands. Now giving us as many blacks as we want. Oh, boy. This is terrifying. All of this is terrifying. I guess we're going to send the Corvold with Fakehurst King away. We have now as many black sources we could want. 3 of them. We have 2 white sources and 2 blue sources as well. So everything's fine. Among our... We have just the 4 lands, of course. Opponent goes with Tireless Provisioners Act Treasure mode, leaving them with 7 available mana. That is roughly infinite. Pelucranos comes down. It is a 6/6. Really wants to fight the Rafine, but kind of can't, right? Because they don't have the mana for it. It's got Ward. So I guess combat and attack. MTG is easy. Draw what you want. Exactly. I don't think we want to do that yet, Merlot. Because if they go for the Pelucranos right now, it just gets... That's nice. That is nice. It just gets wrecked here. I guess we're actually going to try and get that back, the Oracle of the Alpha back with the Serra Paragon down the road here. Interesting. Did not expect that. Yeah, this is fine then. Opponent drops 9. These things are fine. Do we just ass? Pelucranos can no longer kill Rafine. And now we can save the Touch the Spirit Realm for Corvold, right? We would just need to defend. So you're gonna need to... Yeah, I think this is fine. We could Serra Paragon here. All right, let's do that. This does give them a target for the Polykranos, and they're going to get some value out of it, unfortunately. By using the Polykranos, I think. But I think this is fine. Should have saved the Interceptor. Maybe that was better. Okay, Corvold does come down, unsurprisingly. Gets a counter, draws a card. Yeah, they did not use the Polykranos. Yeah, I mean, get in. Yeah, no blocks. You got me. Taste it. I am getting got. Just absolutely wrecked here. And by absolutely wrecked, I mean, we're just living the absolute dream. I could not be happier. Do we have lethal here? Yes. Well, all right. I mean, let's just try and do it and see if we get away with it. They do have a treasure, so they could have... Okay, well, never mind. We're just good. We got them. Sure. Vorta, glad you made it. Good to see ya. Turn 1 Goose equals resign. I mean, that's fair, Dalwin. I'm telling you, very, very strong. Very, very strong. Any turn 1 elf on the play is like top tier. Top tier play. Do we want the second blue source, folks, or do we just hope to draw into more? I think we want to keep the Obscure Interceptor because it gives us great turn 4 play, but thought about driving up Sia, but decided no to drive up Tax, dude. Darn it. Thought it was going to be great. But instead, actually, we've actually got to pay the life here. Because if we pay the life next turn, they'll know we have Obscure Interceptor, and we don't want to give away that information for next turn. Whoa! Oh, no. All of this is bad. Admittedly, our opponent doesn't have much mana, so I guess we've got to send away the Ajani. They've got the most powerful cards you've ever seen in Magic, all in their hand right now. But, fortunately, they kept a 2-lander and a million really, really expensive cards. So they just add Karuga to hand. Wow. All right. So we're going to take a chance and just develop our own board. We could hold up the Obscure Interceptor here, but the most they could play is either Halan and Elena or Elspeth or the Wandering Emperor. And I think the most likely scenario would be they'd want to play the Wandering Emperor. So they might wait till our turn to do it, at which point we could Obscure Interceptor. There's the Jetmir's Garden. Boom. Okay. Well, get in. Meatug Massacre, we're going to send that away. They have a million Planeswalkers and such. I think we've got them, folks. I hate to counter chickens before they hatch, but this Obscure Interceptor probably is going to seal the deal here, I think. What do you say, opponent? What do you say, opponent? The Wanderer. She goes around, 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 around. Not quite sure we sent away. It doesn't matter. They're tapped out. Got him. GG, opponent. GG.